Well, good morning. It's Leza live on the radio, on the news. 103.5 FM, KYCA, video streaming worldwide, live online at kyca.info and the KYCA Facebook page. You're going to want to get online and stream us because today we are celebrating National Hat Day.
Even though it was yesterday.
It was yesterday, but we're a day late and $1 short around here. Right. Well, the three of us are celebrating anyway. So, well, just this hour. There's 23 other hours in the day where we don't matter so much. But, okay, so let's go ahead and don the caps.
I'm pretty sure there's 24 hours in the day where I don't matter.
No, you matter this 1 hour,
This
Matt.
1 hour. Okay, all right.
Okay, look at that. You can only see me.
Perfect.
Let's
you're
move
the
the
prettiest.
camera. Let's move the
you're the
camera.
prettiest. I'm not putting it on. It's going to mess up my hair. And I got to be on tour today. I got to be pretty today.
Okay, switch it and see if you're on. I don't know. I just did that blindly.
Nope, it's my chesticles.
Okay, put your hat on.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
That's better.
Okay, is that better?
Hold on.
Okay.
There.
There.
I'm holding it like that. Hold on.
All right. Drew, tell me about your hat. It's very sporty.
Yes, this is my MotoGP hat that came from Italy in 2013 when Ducati won the championship at Mugello. So this is one of my favorites. This is my Guido hat.
Yeah, it is very good. It's white. It's got a checkered flag on the front. It's got red and green, I think, resembling the Italian flag.
Which is correct.
Yes, that looks really, really cool. You look cool in that hat, Drew.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't even want to know how much this was. I do
want to know.
By the time it came from Italy, it was like $65.
Wow.
But it was worth it.
Yeah.
And I got one. So
fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, put it on. It looks great on you. All right, Matt, tell us about your hat. Put it back on your head.
It's the only hat that matters. It's the Leza Live hat.
It's the Leza Live
There you go.
hat. I mean, what a smart guy, right?
Absolutely.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Actually, Matt forgot his hat, and I brought one for him because I had a feeling somebody would forget, and it was on my desk.
Perfect.
And you don't want to put it on because you're afraid of ruining your hair?
No, I can't mess up my beautiful hair
today. Are
today.
you kidding me? I've got my hat on, and it took me a long time to do my hair this morning.
I got to go on tour today. I got to look pretty.
Yeah.
It's the luxury tour today.
Oh, the luxury tour.
Yeah, $1 million plus houses. So.
Wow, I wanna go on the luxury tour. Can I?
A lot of people do.
Yeah. So what is that? It's a broker showing, or what is it?
Yeah, it's agents
I need more information.
Yeah.
Oh,
Drew
he
brought
gave
me
you the
a MotoGP
Okay,
hat.
let's
All
see
right.
if he's going to put the MotoGP hat on. Yep.
No, that one doesn't fit. It's too small. I have too large of a cranium.
But the Leza Live one did?
No.
No. Okay, well, we don't want Matt to mess up his hair.
I got to look pretty.
He's got to look pretty for his
can make the
luxury
hat get
tour.
bigger.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you about my hat then, because this is my new favorite hat that my daughter Delaney brought to me all the way from Rockford, Illinois, and it is the Rockford Ice Hogs official hat. And if you look on the side, the Black Hawk feathers. See the feathers?
Oh,
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
Just a little touch, of the Blackhawks right there. So isn't it cute though? Look at the hog, and he's got an ice hockey stick in his mouth.
Yeah.
Don't you want to show Drew's fancy hat?
Yeah, here's Drew's hat. Which one looks better?
That looks good on you.
Let me see the Leza. Does that look? I like sporty hats. Okay, so there's that one, and then there's this one. Dun, dun, dun.
Very nice.
That one seems appropriate.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if I could wear, something other than a name tag that has my name on it, it would help me out so much.
right.
Especially when I looked in the mirror.
All you have to do is go online and order it. Actually, I got this one from I'm not going to remember the name of the T-shirt shop.
Mad Shirts?
Nope. It's going to come to me. It'll come to me like at 58 this hour. 9:58. You just have to go to the store and buy one. You order it, and then it just has Matt Hinshaw, Desperate Realtor on it.
Perfect.
With your phone number.
With my phone number?
Yeah. We need to update your commercial. Are you still desperate?
No.
Okay. There we go. It worked.
Just in life.
I've been working on a new commercial for him.
Okay. Well, can we record it today?
I don't have it here. I was playing with it the other night.
Okay. Well, let's
making some jokes.
Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do today.
I mean, I like the idea of Drew doing the complete commercial.
Yeah. Okay. Fabulous. Let's let him.
Okay.
Let's let him. Perfect. Okay, so as far as the all request lunch hour with Leza on Magic 99.1, had another great time yesterday. A lot of old listeners calling in saying, "Where you been?" I've been right here on this station, but having so much fun. Some of the songs you guys requested I did not have or I could not play. Like Steve Blair asked for America's Horse with No Name. No America whatsoever in the library, so I played the American authors for him.
And again, that's making
his request better.
Right.
Now, you asked for Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. That is like a 5-minute, 50-second song in the middle of the day. It's probably something that you would like to hear after 5 rather than right smack dab in the middle of the day.
If it was too long,
it was too long.
Go to something else.
So then I played Phil Collins, You Can't Hurry Love, which was 2 minutes and 53 seconds. A little bit better for afternoon
and
listening.
it's still Phil Collins.
And it was still Phil Collins, but you didn't want to be associated with that song.
It's not a Phil Collins. I mean, I'm sorry. I've been a Phil Collins fan when he was with Genesis.
Oh, sure.
And Trick of the Tail.
Yeah.
And you had Peter Gabriel. I mean,
Yeah.
that was some rocking stuff.
Right, for sure. Well, that drum solo in the air tonight is amazing. If I could just play that, I would have.
Yeah.
I could figure out how to do that today, I'm sure. So far this morning, I only have one request. I have two. I have two requests. Another ZZ Top song. Yesterday, I couldn't play Cheap Sunglasses. I didn't have it for Brandon Montoya. I played another one.
Legs?
No, it wasn't Legs. Something else. Can't remember what it was. But now Malcolm wants ZZ Top's LaGrange.
There you go.
And I think we do have that. Yeah.
But no Korn or Metallica.
No Korn, no Metallica, still. And then Drew wants to hear Dire Straits, which I know we have. Money for Nothing and Chicks Are Free. Yeah. Okay.
That's a standard.
Yeah, I will have that one. I'm sure.
Good.
Yeah, I'm sure. What's it going to be?
Slipknot, Wait and Bleed.
If you can't pick something that we have, I'm going to start playing songs just for you, and you know what they're going to be. They're going to be like
My Girl Tay Tay?
Or Olivia Rodrigo, or, Elle King, or something very, very fluffy.
That's what I like.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. Do you have any? We'll just go with grunge. How about Pearl Jam?
We have Pearl Jam.
There you go.
Pearl Jam.
Pick a Pearl Jam song.
Oh, come on. You don't know any?
Daughter.
Yeah, we have Daughter. We have Daughter.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, Daughter. All right.
Just helping you out, Matt.
Because you have a daughter. You want the song to go out to her.
Of course.
Okay, very good.
No.
He doesn't have a daughter.
I don't have nobody.
The number to call in this hour to get your requests on at noon, 928-541-1016. The number to call at noon, 928-445-9910. Everybody straight on that? Does everybody understand what's going on?
No.
You asked.
Do you care? Do you care? No.
Who are you?
You know what? I have a new job offer for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Finally.
Yes.
You're going to have him clean the office
Right.
at the other place?
Right?
Just 'cause I'm being upgraded to the janitor of KYCA.
No, actually, this is a little more glamorous than that. Planters is looking to hire 3 new people to tool around the country in their Nutmobile. It's like the Wienermobile's slightly less sexy cousin, which would be perfect for you.
I've been said the same thing. I'm the Wienermobile slightly less sexy cousin. Yep. Done.
Starting this June, you'll be a brand ambassador for a year, driving it around the country to different events as part of their Peanutter Squad. You'll also manage event planning, pitch the brand to local media, and occasionally dress up in costume. Doesn't this all sound great? We're guessing that costume would be Mr. Peanut.
It sounds like my
Tuxedo.
nightmare. Yeah.
And also, it'll pay you $45,000 for the year.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I might be able to afford a mortgage.
Right, there you
Yeah.
go. There's also a slight travel stipend. They don't say how much. So maybe like $5 a day.
Now, is it a requirement that you have to be nuts to be hired?
I do not think so. But if it helps you, you'll be just fine.
Do I get
Yeah.
a bonus?
You might. You might.
Perfect. I'm signing
You can
up.
apply right now until February 14th at plantersnutmobile.com. And 3 questions that you should ask yourself before applying. Do I only buy gas for this thing at Shell? Get it? Nutshell.
Wow.
Peanut shell.
Wow. That is a dad joke.
I
and a
worked
half.
really hard on these this morning.
Yeah,
Okay.
you mean Chat GPT
Here,
did?
nope, this is all me, baby. Here's another question that you should ask yourself before applying, Matt. Can I still make fun of the guy who drives the Wienermobile?
Of course. I think that
You
would
think
be a
so?
requirement.
Yeah. Well, if he has to dress up as a wiener, I mean, yeah, you got to be able to make fun of him. How about, am I allowed to take this on dates? You're going to want to ask that question.
Well, that doesn't apply to me.
Oh, because there are no dates.
My New Year's resolution.
that's right,
I
no
am
dating.
the only one that's been holding on to it so far. Yep.
All
I'm
right.
doing great.
And one more question you need to ask yourself. This is still less embarrassing than driving a cyber truck, right?
I'm pretty sure most things are less embarrassing than driving a Cybertruck,
All right.
except for maybe a Mini Cooper.
Oh.
Well, what happens if you don't feel like a nut one day? Sometimes you feel like a nut,
And
and
sometimes,
sometimes
you don't.
right?
Yeah, that's a good question.
wrong branding.
Add that to the list.
Add that to the
Add
list.
that to the list.
So,
Wrong branding.
Matt,
Yep.
just think about this. You're driving the Nutmobile,
Yeah.
okay? Everybody's going to want to go in there, and you roll down the window and say, hey, honey, how about a ride in my Nutmobile? I'm telling you, I think it's going to work for you.
I don't know how that would go over. I don't know how that would go over. I would say no thank you if
But
somebody
it's
asked
Matt.
me.
It's Matt, though.
I mean, I have
Even
that,
if Matt asked me if I wanted to ride in his Nutmobile, I would say no.
but I have that
Thank you.
animal magnetism about me. What are you talking about?
Just the word Nutmobile. It ain't going. It ain't
It
gonna
just
fly.
doesn't flow, does it?
No, it doesn't.
The Wienermobile sounds better than the Nutmobile. Hey, honey, want to ride in my Wienermobile?
No,
The
Oh,
question
no.
is if they're in a parade, does the Wienermobile have to go in front of the
Yes.
Nutmobile?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, 5th grade humor here. Okay.
Next.
All right.
Next.
Today is National Fig Newton Day.
I love Fig
I
Newtons.
love a good Fig Newton, too. I haven't had one in 100 years.
Do they have a mobile?
The Fig Newton mobile. It's the Cybertruck with a costume on it.
No, Cybertrucks are ugly.
Well, Fig Newtons aren't that pretty. I mean, you know, it's just a little bit of dough around some figs. I didn't know that they helped with constipation, though. Did you?
Yes.
You both knew that. I mean, I know a prune does, but I didn't know a fig did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to eat enough of them, though.
Yeah, like how many? Like how many?
A whole box of Fig Newtons.
Well, no wonder.
Then you got a whole nother problem.
Yep. Then-
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, the first mass-produced Fig Newtons were made in 1891 in a town called Newton. Hence the name.
Yeah.
Fig
Fig
Newton.
Newton. Okay.
And Drew already knew that.
It's all It's all. What am I trying to say? It is. Oh my gosh! I'm having a thing.
Senior moment.
Yeah. It's also. That's all I was trying to say. A senior
Wow.
moment. We're in trouble.
It's going to be a hell of a show, folks.
It's also
If they want to switch over to 99.1 now, Leza will join you in a couple hours.
It's also International Hot and Spicy Food Day. See, I got hung up on the Hot and Spicy Food Day. Did you know the world's hottest chili pepper keeps changing?
No.
You didn't know that? That's because chilies are constantly evolving. Last year, Pepper X became the world's hottest with an average rating of 2.69 million on the Scoville scale, and that's about 500,000 units higher than the previous record holder, the Carolina Reaper. Whew, I get hot just thinking about it.
There's some really
Spicy.
hot peppers out there.
Spicy, yes. So
Some
today's the day to celebrate.
I don't know.
International Hot and Spicy Food Day. Tonight, Mars is at its closest point to the Earth, making the red planet visible all night long with just the naked eye. Pretty cool. And because of its position relative to us and the sun, it'll also be the brightest we'll see it all year. Look to the east. It'll rise at sunset and sets at sunrise. Pretty cool. We'll check it out. You can check it out in the morning, right, Rue?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the sunset today will be 5:42, in case you wanted to know.
Yes, I do. I did.
5:42.
5:42. Write it down. All right, another story for you, and then we must move on. Welcome to your new nightmare.
It already happened. We've already been talking about it.
A giant sea bug that's about the size of a small dog has been discovered in Vietnam, and scientists have named it after Darth Vader.
The Darth Vader
It's
bug?
called Bathanominus vaderi. Does that mean Darth Vader in another language? I don't know.
Vietnamese, I guess.
And they say it does look like the Sith Lord.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So it has a little lightsaber?
Probably.
It can barely move?
Probably. It's
Sweet.
like I said, it's about the size of a small dog, but there's nothing to worry about. They're completely harmless to humans and apparently quite delicious. Some say they taste better than lobster.
Huh.
The more you know, the better off you are throughout your day.
But that would be a really long restaurant name.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Yeah.
Red, blah, 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 whatever.
Bathanominus vaderi.
It just doesn't sound appealing.
No, they need to name it something like, I don't know.
The big lobster. The
big-
black lobster.
Yeah, the better
the
lobster.
Darth Vader lobster.
Yeah.
Something.
There you go. We'll let them know. Thank you, Droogle. We'll let them know. All right, one more story, then we must move on. Canadians have just figured out how to make bacteria eat plastic. Have you heard this story? This is important. A team of researchers at Ontario's University of Waterloo tricked bacteria already found in wastewater treatment plants to find plastic delicious. It's complicated, but they engineered the bacteria to attack proteins in the plastics, basically eating it. And as the bacteria multiply, they transfer the taste for plastic to their offspring. In a test, the bacteria ate half of a plastic coffee cup lid in just 4 days instead of taking decades to decompose.
Great. So now we're going to be flushing our clear water bottles down the toilet, too. This just seems very complicated.
I don't know. I mean, I think we're going to hear more about that. That could change everything. Bacteria eating plastics. Very interesting. Okay, this is very interesting, too. Coming up next, we are going to be chatting with Dr. Jason Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group. I've been talking about Pro Solutions Dental Group for almost 2 years now, and I want you guys to get to know Dr. Campbell and give him a call if you have a question for him, 928-541-1016. He's coming up next here on Leza Live. Speaking of Pro Solutions Dental Group, if you're looking for a lasting solution to missing teeth, they have you covered. The dental implants are designed to look, feel, and work just like your natural teeth, giving you a confident smile and great oral health for years to come. It's time to say goodbye to gaps and hello to a smile you'll love. Learn more about these life-changing options today at PrescottDentist.com. Pro Solutions Dental Group, where your best smile begins. And we're back. It's Leza Live on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. Everybody smile big. The doctor is in the house. Dr. Jason Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group. Good morning.
Leza, it's good to see you. It's good to be back.
So great to have you in here. I've been talking about Pro Solutions Dental Group every day, and it's just so nice that you're here to kind of explain a little bit more about what your practice offers and why you're so different. And so thank you for coming in. I know you're busy.
Well, you know what? You got to make time for the important stuff. And
yes.
We love Prescott. We love our Prescott community and always just doing what we can to help people.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But before we get started, we have an ongoing debate here in the studio, and it's about Crest or Colgate. Now, some of us prefer Crest, some of us prefer Colgate.
Right.
I'm wondering where you stand on the issue.
So I don't have a skin in the game on either one of the companies.
Right.
But
and neither do we.
I would tell you the product that I would encourage people is whichever one has baking soda in it.
Okay.
Is the one you're going to want to be using.
Yes, and why is that?
Well, if you think about the cause, like if you could simplify, oral problems down, especially when it comes to tooth decay, the only thing that'll cause a dental cavity, and it also breaks down dental materials, dental cements, our bonding materials, is oral acid. We get into this big conversation about fluorides and stuff. Fluorides are great because they deter bacteria that convert sugar to acid. There's so many other sources of acid that can affect the mouth, lower the pH. So anything you can do to keep your mouth more neutral, you can stop that demineralizing of the tooth. So
and that's with baking soda.
Baking soda. It's simple. It's
he
weird.
had a really good answer for us. We were talking about consistency, taste, lather. We had all these, we had all of these different, when it lathers up in your mouth.
So I'm going to throw my hat in the ring on Arm & Hammer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going straight to the store to get some
every one of their products. People, if you're having problems with tooth decay, there is an acid source coming from somewhere. And the simple fact of it is if you can just keep your mouth neutral, either by rinsing with water or neutralizing with baking soda products, you will have fewer and fewer and fewer dental problems.
That is great advice right off the top.
Look at it. Pearls.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, very good. Now, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Yeah. What inspired you to pursue dentistry as your career?
Yeah, it's funny. You think back when you're a kid and you're trying to figure out what you want to do in your life. I remember as a kid, we had an assignment to write a paper about what we wanted to do when we grew up. I think I was maybe 11 or 12 years old. I was in grade school.
Sure.
And I remember even then wanting to be a dentist. I think I had two career opportunities. I was either going to be a dentist or a Walmart greeter. I think those are my two capacities, working in the public one way or another. But it's interesting. My family has a unique genetic problem for missing teeth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I struggled with that as a kid. I had very small teeth and I had very few teeth. And genetically, it's a dominant gene. And so I was always a bit conscientious about my mouth.
Sure.
But weird enough, I just remember as a kid, I'm kind of a big DIY guy.
Okay.
I knew my kids were going to be expensive to me.
Right.
And I figured, man, you better figure out how to fix this problem in your kids, because I watched my mom and dad struggle to, just make me look normal with a normal looking smile. Veneers were just coming to the market at that time. And, I was fortunate enough. They kind of bit the bullet and helped me get a reasonable looking smile, even though function wasn't that great. At 27, when I was in dental school, I broke a tooth, and just the condition of my mouth, the way my jaws relate, that dental condition of missing teeth, required a reconstruction. I had a choice to either reconstruct my mouth with dentures or reconstruct my mouth with dental implants, crown and bridge work, and
wow, at 27.
At 27, yeah, that was my first reconstruction.
So what did you do? What did you decide to do?
No, I went that route. I'm a type A person. I just, things in my mouth that, are annoying. I just couldn't bear the thought of things going in and out of my mouth. And, dental implants were just kind of coming to be savvy in the world of dentistry about that time. I mean, not a lot of dentists were placing them. I had to find somebody unique, and worked with a doctor back east in Richmond where I was going to dental school, Baxter Perkinson, and dude was amazing. He could do dentistry left-handed or right-handed. He was ambidextrous.
Wow.
And helped me reconstruct my mouth, and I've gone through a few revisions of that. So, I'm just kind of like a dental phenomenon. If you looked at my mouth on x-ray, you'd think I was, part robot.
Well, your teeth look amazing, so you're doing
you.
something right. And I would say that I would consider you an expert.
Yeah.
Going through it all yourself. You really have the answers when someone else needs help.
It definitely changes your compassion for what people
Sure.
are experiencing. You know, dentistry is an expensive thing, unfortunately.
Yes.
You know, you'd love to be able to offer solutions to people within their range, and there's a lot of things I can do for people.
Mm-hmm.
But permanent solutions, you know, they come with a little bit of higher price tag. It takes a lot of education to do what I do.
Right.
To be able to, you know, give teeth back to people that are permanent.
Right.
But that's not a solution for everybody.
Right,
Sometimes they need something that's more cost effective.
Sure.
And it's just about making them look normal, giving them function, giving them speech patterns. All those things that make us look and feel human.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thus the name Pro Solutions.
Yeah.
Not everybody has the same solution and needs the same treatment. So that describes a lot about your practice right there. And, you know, your mouth, I can't imagine having so many issues with your mouth because you use it every day, all day, you know, and I feel sorry and my heart goes out to people, and I'm sure that you are very sympathetic with people because you know what they're dealing with.
It's just not fun.
Yeah.
I've been through it a bunch of times, and it's that transitional period when you have a problem trying to get to a fix.
Right.
You know, it's always alarming right up front, so
Right.
people are fearful about
Sure.
what it's going to mean, what are they going to need. Once you settle that, you know, it's just a matter of what we're doing. You know,
Right.
some solutions can be relatively quick, but surgical solutions take time because the body needs time to heal.
Sure.
We're dealing
Sure.
with bone, we're dealing with tissue. We got to be able to give the body a chance. So you always have that in between. Man, I'm telling you, dentistry today is amazing what we can do for people, not just in their final solution, but the transitional process as well.
Right.
You know, digital dentistry is remarkable in what we can do now versus how I used to do things.
I'm sure.
You know, that analog workflow where we're taking the gummy putty impressions and things like that. Now,
Right.
everything's digital.
Amazing.
It can be designed digitally, scanned digitally, printed, milled. I mean, there's a lot of things that we're doing in dentistry that's remarkable.
We're going to get more into that coming up after this quick break, okay? We're talking with Dr. Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group this morning. If you have a question, I mean, he can't do an exam over the radio, but if you have a simple question, 928-541-1016 is the number, and we'll be back with Dr. Campbell after this quick break. Right now, this new year, let Prescott Women's Clinic help make your health a priority. From routine wellness exams to specialized care, their compassionate team is here to help guide you through every stage of life. And you can start the new year feeling empowered and supported with expert care you can trust, because when you take care of yourself, you're ready to take on anything the new year brings. Schedule your appointment today by calling 928-778-4300 or visit Prescott Women's Clinic online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA, talking with Dr. Jason Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group this morning. And we've already learned so much about you. Now let's talk a little bit about the practice.
Yeah.
What sets Pro Solutions Dental Group apart from other dental practices in the area?
Okay, I think a lot of it stems back to my unique history, not just in dental areas, but I've struggled with a lot of different things, medical issues that create oral problems.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taken me years and years of study and research to try to make these links between these medical conditions that cause oral issues, how to control that, how to get back to the source of that, and help people start to protect their mouth in a way that they wouldn't primarily know.
Okay.
So I would say the thing that really makes us unique is that our approach to dental care is more medically based, and that we are not just finding things to fix.
Okay.
That's part of our job, is to fix problems.
Sure.
So you've got to diagnose that, but there's always a cause and effect relationship. And so many times the problems that are occurring in people's mouths have underlying causes that cross over into the medical field.
Mm-hmm.
There just aren't a lot of links between medical and dental.
Mm-hmm.
And so our protocols are generally set up to make that connection, to make the link between medical issues and oral dental problems. And I can give I can give you a couple examples
Sure.
of that.
Please.
So I mentioned before that acid is the only cause. It's the only thing that'll cause a cavity. If the pH of your mouth stays low because you're sipping on coffee or tea or energy drink, soda pop, all of those things that are generally acidic, you're going to have tooth decay problems.
Mm-hmm.
If you leave bacteria uncontrolled in your mouth without brushing, flossing, using fluorides, they're going to convert sugars to acids, and it's going to cause tooth decay.
Sure.
But there's this other bigger problem that people don't really understand, which is gastric issues, indigestive problems, heartburn, acid reflux, people that have a tendency toward food allergies and chronic bowel issues, inflammatory conditions. It lowers the pH of the mouth. And so even despite their best efforts, they still end up with this ongoing problem, and nobody ever makes the link for them that, hey, this is a simple thing.
Right.
Acid's the cause.
Sure. You
Right?
can fix the problem, but you're going to have it again if
Yeah.
you don't fix the cause.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you've got this medical problem that goes unattended. Most people just live with that. They just think it's part of their life. There's
Right.
a fix and a cure to those problems.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
I'll give you another example when it comes to the health of your gums and the bone that supports your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That problem is simple. It's only caused by one thing, inflammation.
Okay.
So irregardless of what's triggering the inflammation, whether it be bacteria, food debris, a nagging popcorn kernel that got under your gum,
Right.
the result's always going to be the same.
Sure.
Your gums are going to become inflamed, which will eventually inflame the bone, and the chemistry in that inflammatory process eats the bone around your teeth. It's a very unique type of bone that we're contending with. So diabetes can be very problematic for gum health and bone health. So you've got this medical condition that has a very big capability of exacerbating, a dental problem.
Right.
And so a lot of times people just aren't making these connections.
Sure. Can you determine just by looking just in an exam what could be the problem?
So I have been at this long enough now that I can look in a person's mouth and I can almost just start to create a list of the
Really?
medical conditions that they're dealing with.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll get another one is people who suffer with TMJ or chronic facial pain.
Okay.
That has usually two sources. Either it's the mechanics of way their jaws are interacting, or it can be inflammatory conditions, chronic inflammation. Jaw muscles can become easily fatigued. If people don't absorb proper nutrients to make muscles happy that control jaw function, if they become depleted or deficient in glycogen or potassium, the things that make muscles have energy, contract, and relax, it's very, very easy when you're overworking those muscles, they begin to cramp, they become inflamed, you start to get nerve pain. And all of a sudden, people are dealing with these chronic headaches, chronic facial pain, TMJ symptoms, and most of the time, it's muscular.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's
there's
so interesting.
Yeah, there's these things medically that if we just get to the bottom of it, it's very simple to build a care plan to help people begin overcoming that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
You want to know something interesting?
Of course. Please.
One area that often gets overlooked in dentistry that's causing people's problems are force dynamics. But I would say that 60% of the dental work that I'm doing for people over the age of 55 was forces that were acting on their teeth that were inappropriate, improper relationships, heavy force loads on individual teeth, that later in life it's now accumulating and now they're breaking stuff. They're killing blood supply to teeth. They're cracking teeth. They're breaking fillings. And unfortunately, we don't do a great job in analyzing what's causing this.
Right.
And why are we leaving it alone? And why are we leaving these teeth subject to these forces only to become a problem later on in life?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, so there's just all these things. So when I say we take a medical approach to our dental treatments, our number one thing for our patients is prevention.
Yes.
They are paying me to help them not have a dental problem.
Right.
But if we're not tracing their symptoms back to whatever's promoting the cause, they're always going to have that problem. And from a business standpoint, that's great. That would be a great strategy for me to just leave them to constantly
and
have.
I think some dentists do that. I mean, I have had a couple that I have felt that way when I leave. They're just setting me up to have a bigger problem when I come in next time.
Yeah.
Which,
And what's funny? I don't think it's ever intentional.
No.
I think that we're trained to fix things.
Right.
You see a problem, we got to fix.
Yeah.
And the understanding of these other factors, you've got to be a diagnostician first. And you've got to relate it back to where the sources of the problems are going. Well, that takes a lot of knowledge, a lot of education, a lot of clinical practice. And so, this is an area that we didn't get tons and tons of training, even though our education has a medical track prior to beginning a dental track.
Sure. Yes.
But I don't think it's an intentional thing. I just think it's, I just have a unique experience with life. And so I've had to solve some of these problems, and then I see it continuously in people. It's like, oh, well, I recognize that.
Sure.
I've dealt with that.
Sure.
By the way, you can fix that. Here's a solution.
Right.
Or here's a connection in the medical community, because we do work a lot collaboratively with our medical community to get people to the right place, to get the right kind of help to solve these so we can control what's happening in their mouth.
I love it. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. More with Dr. Jason Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group coming up here on Leza Live. Right now, emergencies aren't always medical. When your heating or air conditioning fails, it's a real emergency. And AC Medic Heating and Air is ready to respond. From repairs to replacements and routine maintenance, their expert team acts fast to restore comfort to your home. Don't sweat the summer or shiver through winter. AC Medic is here to save the day. Give them a call, 928-848-6224 for service you can count on. AC Medic Heating and Air, your first responder for comfort no matter the season. We're listening this morning. It's Leza Live on the News 103.5 FM KYCA. My guest today, Dr. Jason Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group. So let's talk about biofunctional care. What is it?
Okay. So the term, you've heard of people who have fibromyalgia.
Sure.
Okay. That's a very unique diagnosis for people suffering with certain medical conditions. Basically, it's the only illness that I know of that the diagnosis is regarding symptoms, not cause.
Okay.
So it's complicated. Fibromyalgia has like a lot of sources. And for doctors to get to the bottom of that, they have to peel backwards. It can be endocrine, it can be dietary, it can be immune. There's so many factors that can create those symptoms, but you got to have a way of talking about it. In dentistry, there's a similar phenomenon that occurs, and we have to have a way to talk about this with patients.
Okay.
Usually when we see a patient that we are terming a biofunctional patient, right? The term itself describes problems coming from biology and problems coming from functionality. So I'll give you an example. We've touched on some of the medical problems. Gastric issues, diabetes, dry mouth syndrome, drug-induced, dry mouth, people who've gone through chemotherapy, radiation therapy. These are all things that can add up and create a cumulative effect of what's going on in the mouth. Usually when people have that myriad of contributors to an oral problem that's severe, unwinding that is not an easy thing, but it almost inevitably results in there's a catastrophic event going on, and now the mouth needs reconstruction.
Mm-hmm.
So, functionally, people can have problems of things triggering them to clench and grind their teeth.
Yes.
Let's say you've got that patient that's prone to that because of the way their jaws, teeth, and muscles are interacting. By the way, that's correctable. Very
Okay.
easy to correct these days with digital technology.
Wow. Okay.
But you combine that with a digestive problem where they are producing chronic low pH in their mouth that's softening their teeth. So you've got acid attack combined with grinding and the milling of teeth.
Yeah.
It softens teeth, and then the next thing you know, people are down to nubs and they have a problem that needs to be fixed, and all of a sudden the room we need to restore their bite is gone.
Yeah.
And the only way to fix that is to open their bite and reconstruct the mouth.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You take a second patient like that, somebody who's dealing with gum disease and they're losing bone support, and they have a decay problem on top of that. Excuse me. They're probably typically also struggling with symptoms of TMJ, chronic facial pain. So you get this myriad of events occurring. And in that particular situation, they're now in what we call a terminal dentition state, meaning there's nothing we can do to save this.
Oh, my gosh.
So now we're looking at, okay, well, you need teeth.
Yeah.
And do you want them to be permanent, or are you okay with them coming in and out of your mouth? Because those are our options at this point.
Yeah.
So individuals like that need surgical reconstruction where we have to sedate them. We spend many hours removing and undoing the problems, and then we have to reconstruct that.
Right.
It's horrible.
Yes.
Nobody plans for that in their retirement, late stage in life,
No.
that they're going to need their mouth reconstructed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we can intervene earlier on and pick up these signs and signals before they have the potential to lead to catastrophic failure of the mouth,
Right.
what a great service to people.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like you're talking to all of us right now. I feel like I'm listening going, oh my gosh, I have this and I have that. And yeah, and we just live with it. We're like,
I've heard so often people say, oh, my whole family, we just have bad teeth.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I don't care what kind of teeth they are. If you got them, they're good teeth.
Right.
The
Right.
problem was what was happening to them along the
Right,
way. And
right.
that's what puts them at risk.
Right.
And just with some simple knowledge and some good preventive techniques,
Mm-hmm.
using the right products at the right time,
Right.
getting the right help for the conditions that are adding to it, all of that can be avoidable. And that's the thing that's so disheartening to me, is I meet so many people at this end stage where
Yeah.
things are failed. And it's just like, man, if I had met you 20 years ago, this
Right.
was all preventable.
Right.
If we
Yes.
if you knew a little bit more.
Well, that is the good news, though, for
Yeah.
all of us listening right now. It can be preventable if you catch it in time. So, book the appointment, type
Yeah.
of thing, right?
Yeah, anything they can do to
Anything
get
you can
ahead of
do.
it. There's one other category of patient that always concerns me a little bit, and it seems like the incidence of it is going up and up.
Okay.
People who are being treated for cancer. Or people who are having autoimmune illnesses affecting their salivary glands. Those can be very, very detrimental. Unfortunately, sometimes in those conditions, because salivary glands are so affected, the tissues of the mouth are so affected, the chance of keeping teeth becomes very low. And what a horrible thing to go through all of that and then lose your teeth and end up in a denture.
Right. Yes.
So, the advent of dental implants, one of the services I can provide to people is they can have a set of permanent teeth within a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we can perform surgeries that allow us to put new foundation with implants in. We can put teeth on top of that, give them something to start using. They come in one day with teeth with a lot of problems. They go out with a set of teeth that are way more comfortable, look way better than what they were contending with, and they become so functional again. It's just
all in a day.
Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air. The last thing you want to do is walk around with no teeth.
Right.
You have a beautiful smile.
Well, thank you.
Could you imagine having to face the public without anything in there?
Oh, no way. I mean, I have nightmares of a tooth falling out.
It would be horrible.
Yeah, it would be horrible.
I broke this tooth in my front left
how awful.
Lateral incisor.
Yeah.
And it was horrible.
Yeah.
The thought of walking around without just one of my teeth, it was just like, I don't think I can do that.
But if that happens, you can fix it in a day.
Yeah.
You have some sort of solution.
Yep, we've got all kinds of things.
Let's get more into that coming up after this quick break, all right? More with Dr. Jason Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group coming up here on Leza Live. Right now, it's tomorrow. I'm talking about the next jewelry spa day at the Artful Eye Jewelers. Gather up all your jewelry and have Master Jewelers Dave and Kevin clean and inspect them for free. And if you bought your jewelry at the Artful Eye, they will give you free polish and free rhodium. They're going to have snacks and special discounts. Listen to this. Tomorrow, select items made from gold, silver, diamonds, and gemstones will be up to 60% off. I'm talking diamond engagement rings, diamond fashion jewelry, tanzanite, sapphire. You got to check it out. Up to 60% off. That's tomorrow at the Artful Eye Jewelers, middle of Whiskey Row, downtown Prescott. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA. My guest today, Dr. Jason Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group. We're wrapping up the hour here. Let's tell people a little bit about your state-of-the-art facility, where you're located, how to get a hold of you, all that good stuff.
Awesome. You know, we were lucky about 2 years ago. We had the opportunity to move into a new facility. I used to kind of be over there on the Whipple Connector near Sonic Burger. We had a facility that was like 6 operatories. Me and my associate were, doing our best, but we were just so busy in the space and we had no capacity. The other thing is, dentistry's always changing in technology, and I feel like I had retrofitted that place just as much as I could.
Right.
So 2 years ago, we took the endeavor. We built a new facility up in the Fry's complex, just up on Willow Creek Road, up there by the Ford dealership, 3192 Willow Creek Road. Is that my address? Yeah. But it was a wonderful experience because I got to build the facility exactly like we needed it, with the integrated technology to do digital workflows. So it was an expensive endeavor. Technology is costly. The education to use it is costly. There's nothing that's simple about that. But man, I am telling you, if I had to go back to doing dentistry without the capabilities that I have now, I think I'd pick up that job as Walmart greeter, for sure. Yeah.
It's just changed so much.
Yeah. So we're, one of our capabilities is, we've got full digital workflows, makes things easy. I've got an in-house lab that allows us to turn things around very quickly for people. No more of this, waiting forever to get your bridge work in.
Right.
Or if somebody breaks a denture, we can almost print it, right away. Get them a solution before they even come. And then we've got it plumbed to help people with their fears. So many people are afraid of dentistry. And I'm trained in sedation, so there's a lot of things I can do to help people relax, take the edge off, or if they need something deeper, we can help them so they don't remember their experience at all.
Oh, that is wonderful. You've got it covered.
Yep.
And a great staff as
Great
well.
staff.
Wonderful. Can people just give you a call, make an appointment, go online, make an appointment? How does it work?
Absolutely. Our contact number is 928-776-1208, or you can find out more about us at prescottdentist.com. We do offer tours of the facility for anybody that wants to check us out. But I think the number one thing is probably look at what people are saying. Our patients, it's remarkable. Sometimes I'll look at a review and it's more like, they're like a page long. And oftentimes they'll name multiple people in my practice because my team is really quite remarkable. They're smart, they're educated, and their number one attribute is they are compassionate.
They care.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I love it.
What a great conversation today. I hope you'll come back and educate us some more.
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right.
Anytime.
Thanks, Dr. Campbell from Pro Solutions Dental Group. I'll see you guys all at noon on Magic 99.1, and I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening.